You've been lied to your entire life, not by women but by the world that told you attraction is something you can buy, perform, or beg for, that if you just had more money, better clothes, the perfect lines, she would finally feel something real for you. But here's the brutal truth: most men will never accept. Attraction isn't created by what you give, it's triggered by what you make her feel when you're willing to give nothing at all. Because the moment a man starts trying to impress, he subconsciously places himself beneath her, and the human mind, especially the female mind, doesn't chase what feels easy to control. It chases what feels emotionally unpredictable, slightly out of reach, and internally powerful. And that's where everything changes. Because attraction isn't logical, it's biological, it's ancient, it's wired into survival instincts that existed long before dating apps, compliments, or good morning texts. Her brain is constantly scanning for one thing: emotional security mixed with emotional tension. A paradox. She wants to feel safe, but she also wants to feel something she can't fully predict. And most men destroy this instantly by becoming too available, too agreeable, too eager to please. They think consistency builds attraction, but what actually builds attraction is emotional contrast, the push and pull, the feeling that you are grounded in your own world and she is stepping into it, not the other way around. When you respond instantly every time, you remove mystery. When you agree with everything she says, you remove polarity. When you chase her attention, you signal that your time has no value, and biologically that translates to weakness, not because you are weak, but because your behavior communicates a lack of internal stability. And nothing kills attraction faster than a man who depends on a woman's reaction to feel confident. But here's the shift, the forbidden knowledge that 99% of men never understand. Attraction grows strongest in the space where validation is uncertain, when she doesn't fully know how you feel, when your attention feels earned rather than given, when your presence feels like a reward instead of a guarantee. This doesn't mean playing games. It means having a life so internally focused that you're not constantly seeking her approval. It means speaking less but with more certainty. It means holding eye contact just a second longer than comfortable, then breaking it like you have somewhere more important to be. It means not reacting emotionally to everything she says, but choosing your responses like a man who doesn't need to prove anything, because the most attractive trait you can ever develop costs nothing. It's emotional self-control, the ability to remain centered while everything around you tries to pull you off balance. When she tests you with silence, you don't chase. When she challenges you, you don't defend. When she pulls away, you don't panic. You stay exactly where you are, calm, grounded, unshaken, and that creates a psychological tension she can't ignore, because now, instead of you trying to win her, her mind starts trying to understand you, and curiosity is the gateway to obsession. She begins to wonder why you're different, why you're not reacting like other men, why your attention feels rare instead of constant, and that's when attraction flips. Not because you did more, but because you stopped doing what everyone else does. You stopped over-explaining, over-giving, over-chasing, and in that silence, in that restraint, in that controlled presence, you became something most men never will. A man who doesn't need to be chosen to feel valuable. And ironically, that's the man who always gets chosen. Continue. And here's the part almost no one talks about. The deeper the tension you create, the stronger the biological pull becomes, because her brain is wired to track emotional energy, not logic. Every slight pause, every controlled smile, every deliberate absence sends signals that trigger dopamine spikes, subtle adrenaline, and unconscious desire that feels electric, irresistible. Even if she can't explain why, this is the invisible currency of attraction that no amount of money or flashy gestures can buy. It's why the richest man in the room can be invisible, and a man with nothing can leave her thinking about him for days. The key is mastering presence over presentation, energy over effort, your body, your tone, your gaze, the small micro-expressions that communicate dominance, curiosity, and inner alignment. They speak louder than any pickup line ever could. When you truly embody this, every interaction becomes a test she can't help but respond to. She senses your independence, your self-possession, your calm command of your own world, and it triggers what science calls the hero and mate selection instinct simultaneously. Suddenly, she's chasing subtle validation from you without realizing it, investing emotional energy where previously you invested none. The paradox is delicious. You give nothing, yet she feels compelled to give everything. And this isn't manipulation in the cheap conscious sense. It's evolutionary psychology working in your favor. the same way countless generations have unconsciously selected partners based on the energy they emit, rather than what they can physically provide. The men who understand this, the ones who internalize the art of being unshakable, untouchable, and emotionally self-sufficient, they command attraction effortlessly. They need no lines, no money, no tricks, only mastery over themselves. They walk into a room and the law of biological magnetism does the rest. She doesn't choose them because she has to. She chooses them because she can't help it. And once you internalize this, you'll realize that everything the world told you about earning her attention was backwards. Attraction is never earned by trying harder. It's awakened by becoming a man whose world runs independently of hers, whose calm, unwavering presence communicates a silent power she is wired to respond to, and whose refusal to be shaken turns desire into obsession without spending a single cent.